Sometime in the next 5 minutes, you're going to check your phone. You won't decide to do it. Your hand will just move. And by the end of today, you'll have done it about 200 times. But here's the thing. That urge you just felt is not a phone addiction. It's a hunting instinct, one that's been running for 2 million years. And once you see where it comes from, you'll never look at that little screen the same way again. Because your brain doesn't actually care about your phone. It doesn't care about likes or messages or notifications. It cares about something much older. Information. And to understand why you physically cannot leave that thing alone, we have to go back, way back, to a savanna in Africa 2 million years ago. Picture one of your ancestors. It's morning and she's hungry. Food doesn't come to her. It's scattered across the landscape in patches. A berry bush here, a fruit tree there, a beehive somewhere across the river. Her survival depends on one skill above everything else. Checking patches. Walk to the bush. Check it. Empty. Walk to the tree. Check it. Nothing. Check the next one. Jackpot. Figs. Now here's the problem evolution had to solve. Checking is boring. Most patches are empty. If her brain only rewarded her when she actually found food, she'd give up after the third empty bush, and she'd starve. So evolution came up with a trick. It made the searching itself feel good, not just the finding, the looking. In the 1990s, a neuroscientist at Cambridge named Wolfram Schultz proved exactly how this works. He measured dopamine neurons in primates while giving them fruit juice. Everyone expected the dopamine to spike when the juice arrived. It didn't. The dopamine spiked before, at the signal that juice might be coming. Anticipation, not reward. The chemical that drives you isn't a pleasure chemical. It's a seeking chemical. And it fires hardest when the answer is maybe. Keep that word in mind. Maybe. Because maybe is about to become a trillion-dollar business. In the 1950s, the psychologist B.F. Skinner put pigeons in boxes and let them peck a button for food. When the button paid out every single time, the pigeons pecked calmly. When it paid out at random, sometimes yes, sometimes no, the pigeons lost their minds. They pecked thousands of times. They pecked when they weren't even hungry. Random rewards, it turns out, are the most powerful motivator ever discovered. Casinos built an entire industry on this. It's called a variable reward schedule, and every slot machine on Earth runs on it. Now look at your phone. You check it. Nothing. You check it. Nothing. You check it. A message. Sometimes it's boring. Sometimes it's amazing. And it is always unpredictable. Your phone is a slot machine that pays out an information. And pull to refresh? That's not a design accident. That's the lever. And in 1999, two researchers at Xerox PARC, Peter Paroli and Stuart Card, showed how deep this really goes. They were studying how people search for information online, and they found something strange. The equations that describe how humans browse the internet are the same equations biologists use to describe how animals forage for food, when to stay on a patch, when to leave it, when to move on. Scientists literally call us informavores, creatures that feed on information. Your ancestor moved between berry bushes. You move between apps. Same brain, same math, different patch. But there's a second instinct stacked on top of this one, and it might be even stronger. Because for your ancestors, the most valuable information wasn't about food. It was about each other. Who's angry with who shares, who just became dangerous. The anthropologist Robin Dunbar spent his career showing that human language itself probably evolved for gossip, for keeping track of the tribe. In a group of 150 people, missing social information could be fatal. If the group decided you weren't pulling your weight and you didn't notice in time, you got left behind. And being left behind meant death. That anxious feeling when your phone is dead and everyone else is laughing at something? That's not weakness. That's an alarm system that used to keep you alive. FOMO is ancient. And it explains something else. Why the checking never feels finished. Because in a tribe, the social landscape never stopped moving. Alliances shifted overnight. Reputations rose and fell around every campfire. There was no moment where you could say, okay, I now know everything about everyone. I can stop paying attention. Social vigilance was a job with no closing time, which is exactly why you can scroll for an hour, put the phone down, and feel the pull again 90 seconds later. The feed updated, the tribe moved, you're behind again. And think about when you actually reach for it. You're in line at the supermarket. Phone. The elevator doors close. Phone. A red traffic light. Phone. Your friend gets up to go to the bathroom, and within 2 seconds, phone. Every single one of those moments has something in common. Nothing is happening. And for a forager's brain, an empty moment was never rest. An empty moment was an opportunity. No task in front of you meant one thing: time to scan the landscape, time to check the patches. So the moment your world goes quiet, a 2 million-year-old subroutine kicks in and whispers, "Go check." You're not escaping boredom. You're patrolling the savanna. So what happens when you hand that brain a smartphone? In 2023, the average American checked their phone 144 times a day. 1 year later, it was 205 times. That's once every 5 waking minutes. One study counted every tap and swipe, over 2,500 touches a day. And honestly, you've probably checked yours at some point during this video. Yeah, thought so. But it goes even further. In 2012, a psychologist named Michelle Drouin asked college students one simple question. Has your phone ever vibrated when it didn't? 89% said yes. Phantom vibrations. Your nervous system wants information so badly that it invents signals that don't exist. Your ancestor heard a rustle in the grass that wasn't there and gripped her spear. You feel a buzz in your pocket that wasn't there and reach for your phone. Same false alarm, same paranoid, brilliant survival system. And that system has a favorite flavor of information: bad news. Think about the last time you were scrolling at 2 in the morning. Were you reading about good things happening to nice people? No. You were reading about disasters, arguments, warnings, things going wrong. Psychologists call this the negativity bias, and in 2001, the researchers Paul Rosen and Edward Roisman laid out just how one-sided it is. Bad information grabs your attention harder, sticks in your memory longer, and feels more urgent than good information. Of course it does. For your ancestors, good news was optional. There are ripe figs by the river. Nice. But bad news was life and death. There's a leopard by the river. The forager who paid extra attention to threats lived. The relaxed one didn't. You are descended from the nervous ones. Every single one of your grandparents, going back 10,000 generations, was the one who checked. So when your feed serves you an endless stream of things to worry about, your ancient brain doesn't say this is unpleasant, stop. It says this is survival information, keep going. That's why they call it doom scrolling, and that's why you can't look away. It's also why the first thing you do every morning is grab your phone before your eyes can even focus. Sleep, for your brain, is 8 hours of missing intelligence. 8 hours where the world moved and you didn't see it. Your ancestors woke up and immediately scanned the camp. Who's here? What happened? Is everything where I left it? You wake up and do exactly the same scan. Messages, news, notifications. It feels like a bad habit. It's actually a morning patrol that's older than fire. So here's the full picture. 2 million years ago, evolution built you a brain that rewards searching, because searching kept you fed. It made maybe feel better than yes, because giving up meant starving. It made you obsessed with what the tribe knows, because being out of the loop could get you killed. It tuned your attention to threats, because the nervous foragers were the ones who survived. And then, in 2007, we invented a device that delivers infinite patches, infinite maybes, infinite tribe gossip, and an infinite supply of leopards by the river. And we started carrying it in our pockets. Your phone isn't hacking your brain. It's serving your brain exactly what it evolved to crave: a savanna that never runs out of bushes to check. So no, you're not weak, and you're not broken. You're a 2 million-year-old forager standing in front of the richest patch that has ever existed. The instinct is doing exactly what it was designed to do. It just never expected the bushes to be designed back. And here's the strange comfort in all of this. The next time you catch your thumb hovering over that glowing screen for the 40th time today, you'll know exactly what's happening. That's not you failing. That's a hungry forager standing on the savanna, whispering one of the oldest questions on Earth. I wonder if there's something in that bush. There usually isn't, but 2 million years of evolution says it never hurts to check. If you want to dig deeper into any of this, all the research is linked down in the description.